Hello, welcome to the second episode of Season two's Consumer Loyalty webinar. In this episode, you're going to learn why customers today pay to stay. The rise of paid loyalty is amongst this, and in this episode, we're exploring why paid memberships actually work and how do we make them work, and understanding the 4 steps in building your value stack for any businesses. And we're going to also explore an in-depth guide on implementing paid memberships in APAC. Now, if you haven't already, here's a chance to get your hands on our 2025 APAC Consumer Loyalty Report, because this report covers all the latest loyalty must-reads for marketing leaders today. Now, should businesses charge for loyalty? The question that everyone's asking today is, we want to do paid memberships, but why would people actually pay for? Or what would people actually pay for? And how do we create something that is worth paying for? And what's the difference between a discount program and a membership that people actually love? Now, today we're going to build from the ground up. We're going to help you understand value and then implementation. Businesses with paid membership models sees a 79% higher shopping frequency than non-program members. And the latest spending power holders are millennials and Gen Z has a higher 47% higher willingness to pay for these loyalty benefits so long they see a value in it. Now, these are the 5 common ways that paid memberships are structured today. First, we have the access-based membership. This is very much common in pay-to-access platforms such as gym memberships and Netflix. And next, we have the convenience-based memberships, and these targets the pains of your consumers, such as skipping lines, having priority booking, as well as discounts. And then moving on, we're seeing more and more tier-based upgrade memberships coming to life. These brings an enhanced versions of their free programs. And we also have a subscription-style program where paid memberships could be in forms of prepaid packages and or for recurring products. Last but not least, we're also seeing a rise in community and experiences memberships. These pay-to-join clubs and or community experiences are targeting different aspects of wants and emotional needs in their consumers. So today's consumers are facing a unique challenge of decision fatigue and also subscription fatigue. So how do businesses position themselves to stand out from the wave of subscription cash grabs? We know that the average household today combiningly subscribes to 16 or more subscription services with an average of 3 to 5 subscriptions per person. But subscription fatigue is real and people are cutting back. But interestingly, paid memberships are on the rise. And affirmingly so, because we tend to hold on things that we have built upon. Take Spotify, for example. The more playlists you build, the harder it becomes to let go. And in our classic IKEA effect, you tend to keep and love the things you've built. Paid membership today no longer hinges on a single value proposition, but thrives on both monetary and experiential aspects. So to hit the heart of today's APAC value-conscious consumers, monetary value such as discounts, savings, and free items or services still plays a big pool in their decision making. But your challenge sits in the fact that these are easily replicable aspects of a business's loyalty grabs. So today's loyalty pulls in experiential value heavier than ever before, recognizing the need for lifestyle integration and a deeper understanding of consumer pains and wants. Things like skipping queues, exclusive access, edutainment value, and early access to new products are what drive payment that stays. So the opportunity for real value sits within how well you know your customers' needs and wants, and how well you're able to bring it to the next level. So Sama Sama Hotel KLIA is Malaysia's premier 5-star airport hotel, strategically positioned within KLIA's perimeter. And their demographic profiles are a mix of local and international guests, primarily business focused, high-income professionals valuing convenience over cost, frequent travelers requiring reliable premium services, and time-conscious customers that are willing to pay for efficiency. And these are the main demographic profiles that frequent this hotel. First, we have the business travelers, which are frequent flyers needing reliable airport accommodation. The transit passengers, these are international or local travelers with longer layovers. And of course, we're also seeing regional corporate clients that are frequent KL travelers for their business needs, right? But their challenge lies within a limited local market because this hotel actually primarily serves transit passengers and business travelers, and a higher price sensitivity to kind of justify airport convenience versus premium pricing since it's a five-star hotel. And they're also dealing with a shorter stay duration. So meaning their chance to provide that kind of hospitality value to their guests is shorter than most other hotels, and also intense competitors within airport lounges and nearby city hotels. So Sama-Sama Hotel really had to understand their value stack basing on what they had to offer to target their consumers' actual wants and needs. And gladly enough, their unique selling proposition is first and foremost the physical proximity that they were able to leverage, right? They were connected to KLIA via the Sky Bridge within 5-minute walk and a 24-hour buggy service. And they also had premium facilities being a five-star hotel, including things such as gym, the spa, multiple restaurants, and executive lounges, and also an airport integration with live flight information displays in the lobby, rooms, plus airport fast track partnership. So with the value they had, Sama-Sama Hotel launched their passport paid membership. And they've packaged not only the monetary value like complimentary stays and discount vouchers for future room and F&B services, but they've also included priority booking access and fast-track services to the airport. So staying here means everything is taken care of until your next stop. So essentially, we see four components in building a strong value stack. The first step is the best place to start is to always be able to identify your customer's biggest pain points. So ask questions like, what do they complain about the most? What would they pay to avoid? And one example would be how Grab Unlimited was able to commodify the surge pricing during peak hours and the extra fees for waiting for rides. So they've built their paid membership value upon the gateway to bypass the surge pricing and also get priority booking all in one app. So in the next step, we understand that there's so much value through what a business today can monetize. So it's really important for us to be able to narrow down the primary value proposition, solving the main problem first, and making it a part of their everyday experience. So for example, ClassPass value add is unlimited fitness variety without commitment anxiety or multiple gym fees. And these are experiences that their customers can experience directly every single time they engage with the business. So step 3 is where you can really start building your value stack. And this can be made up of your primary, secondary value, and also maybe throw in a partnership value if you see fit within your business model, and also create that psychological investment that we've talked about earlier today. Now, here's what's really gonna complete your value stack. Adding surprise elements. Now, on the list is a great example. Being a luxury e-commerce retailer, they've included things like surprise flash sales, unpredictable inventory, limited time exclusivity, and member-only access to things that are so hardly attainable outside their platform. And the goal here is to drive FOMO-driven engagement through unpredictable, time-sensitive luxury access. And across APAC, we're seeing these factors being key drivers of consumerisms. First being membership as a social status, and second being value consciousness. So customers are still looking for clear, tangible benefits, and convenience and time focus. This is where the experiential layer comes into play. And last but not least, a significant rise in social proof and the need for value being seen within their community in itself. And within countries in itself, we're seeing e-commerce and convenience being on the dominant side within countries such as Singapore. Malaysia is dominant with value-driven value and lifestyle and convenience value. And we're also seeing a rise in hospitality programs and things such as premium service access being appreciated in countries such as Thailand. And within Hong Kong in itself, we're seeing dining memberships on the rise as well as premium retail. What are some of the opportunity spaces within APAC today in paid memberships, right? The first that we're seeing is more restaurant-specific paid programs. Now, we know restaurants always have been running free loyalty programs or even no loyalty programs, but one of the rise that we're seeing are subscription model-based paid membership programs in more and more F&B industries. The next that we're seeing is retail brand memberships that are beyond points. So there's a huge opportunity space for retail brands to incorporate more and more lifestyle and experiential integrations within their value offering. And last but not least, we're also seeing service-based subscription models on the rise. So not just within gym memberships, but we're also seeing a lot of other service-based industries jumping on the paid membership wagon. So how are paid memberships changing how boardrooms see marketing today? So they're viewing paid memberships as an immediate source of upfront revenue. That means increased cash flow and predictable revenue, a higher CLV impacting a higher customer lifetime value with more increased frequency as customers spend, and sunk cost fallacy being a helper in keeping the churn rate low. And last but not least, boardrooms today are seeing a reduced acquisition cost from how paid memberships are helping them with higher retention and lowered marketing spend, and also acts as a referral engine. So here's a very conservative example to help you kind of understand how boardrooms are seeing paid memberships today. So let's just say you have 500 new paying members, and every single member pays $40. That generates easily a $20,000 upfront revenue. And as members become more engaged, they are maybe visiting 2,000 times more and maybe spending $8 more per visit on average, which increases your increased revenue, which is also your secondary revenue, to 16,000. So all in all, that's a total revenue impact of 36,000 already upfront. Now, the key value driver here is that the real power isn't just the upfront membership fee, but it's that paying members are starting to behave differently. They usually visit more often and spend more per visit, creating an ongoing revenue beyond the initial payment. So here are some key things across departments to bring paid memberships to life. For marketing, identifying your top 20% and understanding their engagement and retention frequency is the first thing that you need to do. And you also need to understand their brand's perception. So how do they view your brand? Do they see you as premium or discount focused? And then you can start identifying some pain points to help in your value creation. And of course, understand how your other competitors are running their current programs or even at all. Right? So the key question here you have to ask is, do we have enough engaged customers to convert at least 5 to 10% of them to paid membership? Now, supportingly, the operations team should start thinking about experiential delivery capability. What are some quick wins in service experiential benefits that align with your pain points that you can bring to life quickly? And how can we have the right technical integrations to smooth out the entire process when you launch the paid membership? And also inventory management. So your key question here is, can we and how can we consistently deliver on our membership promises? Now, coming to the finance department, it plays a key role here because here you need to do margin analysis. You need to understand your cash flow goals that aligns into how your marketing is structuring the entire paid membership revenue. And you also need to understand the cost structure involved. So these are things like tech, training, marketing, what are some campaigns they need to roll out, and so and so. And then how much do you need to roll out to break even calculation? So this is members versus cost, right? And of course, you need to have a clear revenue projection and some goals within launching out paid memberships. So here are two very helpful frameworks to help you understand and start somewhere to project your current customer economics to your targeted membership economics. So within framework 1, it is your current customer economics. So here you have to understand your average spend per visit, your frequency, how many times per year, and your initial customer acquisition cost, and your current customer lifetime value. Now, comparing it with framework 2 is to help you understand your target membership economics. Now, you want to know how much you're going to charge your paid membership for. So first and foremost, you need to get down your paid membership fee. And you're going to expect your expected membership frequency. So how much you want to target them to come back per year. And that's how your marketing can launch out campaigns, right? And the third thing that you can understand from this framework is understanding expected member spend per visit, as well as projected member lifetime value. So launching a winning paid membership program takes just 3 phases. We've broken it down to phase 1, your foundation building. So this is where you do the auditing that we've talked about previously. So how can you build upon your top 20% of customers that you know right now? What are their pain points? How can you design your 4-part value stack? Now moving on to phase 2, which is program development. How can you bring this to life? This part generally involves designing your membership onboarding process, developing your tracking and analysis structure, as well as coming up with marketing materials as well as campaigns. And this is such a good phase to also be training your customer-facing staffs. And within phase 3 is where you start launching and scaling across the go. So most businesses don't do this, but this is such a great strategy, which is to build your waiting list for your paid membership soft launch. And within this waiting list, it can help you gather feedback and iterate on it quickly before your full public launch with your entire marketing push. And so ultimately, here are 3 ways your consumers today are thinking about paid memberships. They either pay to skip, where you can monetize the fundamental pain points. They pay to access, where your product value needs to be communicated clearly. And they pay to belong, where you can tap into their emotional wants and desires. APAC consumers today are ready to pay for value, and winning brands today knows how to monetize it precisely. And that's it for today. To top it all off, here's a bonus case study for you to take home. See how Kinokuniya was able to digitalize their membership and acquired 10,000 new customers in 6 months. We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we hope to see you in our next one. Happy reading!